So the first thing that we're going to talk about is the suspension. The KYB forks are standard on the race edition models. We have gotten a bunch of questions about these forks since we first announced we were getting one, and this is the first day we've really been able to test them. I just did a quick, maybe few hundred yards on this single track loop, and noticed that with stock settings, you know, of course the forks are going to be pretty stiff. They've got to break in. You know, people that are going to judge this bike in under 3 hours, which is the overall break-in period, it's just not really giving it justice. Obviously, we're going to be doing multiple videos while we ride this, but first and foremost, with these forks, we went ahead and we spun the clickers all the way out on the compression, left the rebound alone, and then turned one click of compression in. Right now, for what we're going to be doing, that felt right. I stopped midway, made that adjustment, because that's what we've done in the past with the Sachs Race Edition forks, and it seemed to work really well. Also, a disclaimer, we've already changed the rear spring on the rear for my personal weight, which is 190 pounds naked and probably about 210 to 215 with gear. So keep that in mind as well. So stock rear spring is 5.2. And we just went up a spring to 5.4 and set about 108 millimeters of sag. So here it goes. So we did a few shots on the flowy single track and some pretty tall logs and some tires. Now we're gonna see how the forks react to the slow stuff, like these rocks up here. I guess the better question was, how was I gonna react to those rocks? I've got Shane Watts screaming in my ear, momentum! Momentum! Yeah. So I don't know, there wasn't really any deflection there. It didn't feel too stiff. I'm still just one click firm on those forks. That's it. I don't know, I think testing them on some more technical terrain is in order, but we're only at about 5,000 feet right now. Everything else above like 6 or 7 is all snow, so we can't really do the high elevation technical riding. There is a place that's nothing but rocks, but we didn't want to smash up the new bike on its first ride, so we're not going to go there for a little while. You know, the forks, as they settle in, you know, right now we're only at about 2 engine hours, so the forks have only been working for about 2 hours, maybe a little bit less. So I think a little bit more time, they'll soften up a little bit more. We'll be able to maybe go 1 or 2 clicks firmer. But right now, with the stock setting of rebound and 1 click in on the compression is a nice all around when breaking the bike in. If that's where it ends up staying, we'll of course get the forks revalved. Heck, we may get them revalved anyway, so we can kind of be in the middle of the clickers, at least for the compression.